At first glance, the combat loop carries serious potential. It's fluid, responsive, and gives you a generous toolkit right off the gate. The core loop hinges on the dynamic between Emma and her companion, Koo. Emma uses her hair as a flexible, high-speed grapple maneuvers like pulling herself towards sprouted flora for instant plunge attacks. Koo acts as your combo extender and crowd controller, launching enemies for aerial juggles or applying debuffs to open up high damage windows. Top it off with a crisp, rewarding parry system, and the baseline combat feel is genuinely satisfying. Visually and narratively, the world sets a strong initial tone. The setting revolves around the Blight, a catastrophic phenomenon that mutated the ecosystem, covering the world in dense, overgrown flora and created corrupted abnormalities. Emma serves as the purifier, a protagonist conditioned to be stoic and emotionless. Those subtle narrative beats show lingering traces of humanity. The story touches on real-world thematic elements, specifically how suppressing emotions impacts decision-making, and the opening cutscenes establish that atmosphere cleanly. The first 2 hours do a solid job varying the mechanical pace. You transition cleanly from intense combat encounters to investigative beats, light stealth sections with slick animation work, and contextual QuickTime events during exploration. The menus are sleek, the art direction is vibrant, and on the surface, the framework for a compelling dark fantasy action game is right there. Now, watching that initial gameplay, you think, this looks incredible, I need to sink 30 hours into this. And honestly, I don't blame you, the surface layer is genuinely good, but all of the potential crumbles under the absolute worst sin an action game can commit: exhausting repetition. As we established early on with this channel, gameplay is the core essence of a video game. It's easily over 50% of the entire experience. If the combat loop degrades, the game dies with it. Beast of Reincarnation falls into a trap where you are forced to fight the same few enemy archetypes over and over. All those flashy combos and parry windows lose their hype when you're executing them on the exact same enemy variants for the 10th time. To make matters worse, these enemies and even several of the mid-bosses have remarkably basic, predictable movesets. You're not forced to adapt your playstyle or learn complex attack patterns. You just fall into a rigid parry and counter rhythm that turns what should be intense encounters into mindless routine. Finally, the individual elements don't meld together cleanly. In games like Elden Ring, every mechanic, UI element, and environmental visual feels purposely placed to serve the world. Here, it feels disconnected. The loot progression feels like a generic checklist. The level design relies heavily on flat open spaces with invisible walls, and the pacing halts abruptly between exploration, stiff dialogue sequences, and combat. So what's the verdict? Beast of Reincarnation isn't a total disaster. It has an awesome baseline, incredible visual flair, and moments where the combat genuinely shines. But a great 2-hour vertical slice doesn't justify a padded 20-hour campaign. And by the way, the gameplay you see in this video is mine, so you know that I have every right to discuss these topics and in this way. As the Sovereign, My standard for games on this channel is simple. Respect the player's time and master your core loop. This one fell short, so we're moving on to bigger and better titles.